We can build on it and have a very successful time in the future.
And you're not just champions, you're perfect champions. So winning a run all the way through, never been done before. So people can match it, but they'll never beat it. That's not bad, is it?
Yeah, sounds amazing.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant performance from his team. You bumped into him a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I was on a beach in Dubai just chilling, just watching the day go by, and then he popped up with Hector Bellerin, and we just had a chat on the sun lounger, just sitting there chatting, and he was really down. And he'd lost confidence, and he was starting to just rebuild his career and just try and build himself back up. He'd just gone to Germany, and he was saying it's hard work. I'm going to get myself back on. I'm going to get my head down and stuff. And then here we are today, and it just shows you that if you keep chipping away as a young player, you get a chance. You're going to get knockbacks, but it's how you react to that. And he reacted in the best way possible. Applied himself right. He's got his rewards. Great young guy.
Just shows you a great story, but he wasn't the guy who scored the winning goal today. That was Kingsley Coman. Let's have a look at the deciding goal. Lovely bit of football from Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I mean, this ball from Thiago just split the lines, you know, opens it up. But again, we spoke about Thomas Muller. Watch this little touch there. And then Kimmich, we know, in terms of assist, fabulous. But look at the numbers they're getting there. You can't defend against this. I don't care if you've got, you know, the best defender in the world. There's just too many numbers in there. And it's just, this is the football we've seen from Bayern really all season. Kimmich knows back stick, got him outnumbered, good header.
Gorgeous ball.
Fabulous. Kimmich, again, another such an underrated player.
And it's the only real piece of quality that was like a passage of play for Bayern on the day. We've seen it all season many times in the game. This is probably the only stand-up one they've done, and it resulted in a goal.
Who's underrating Kimmich? Tell me him. Put him right, whoever it is.
He's
No, but
player.
he's
unsung hero.
every game he gives you an 8 out of 10, doesn't he? Whether he plays at right back, he's been playing central midfield this season, but because Pavard's been injured, he's played there and he gets the assist in the Champions League final.
You've had a little look at the goal.
Yeah, I think even just it's one goal, we've got to break it down a little bit. But what I love about this is this pass from Thiago on the ball. He's there, but he takes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players with this one pass. Loads of shape on it. He's someone, I don't think he passes the ball without disguise at all, ever. But it's a beautiful pass, great weight. The touch is tremendous here. And again, the touch is great, back from Muller. But then, look at the amount of bodies, as Owen mentioned before, we've got all these bodies in this box here. And what that does, and to these two guys, let me just show you as well. There's Thiago Silva and Kimpembe, the two centre-backs. When do you ever see a pair of centre-backs in these positions like that? One behind the other.
Who's wrong then?
That is confusion from the forwards. They're forced into that position because almost they're just concentrating on trying to look at the ball, but also, wow, there's 3 or 4 players running around in this box, don't know where to go. And Thiago Silva, very experienced. Kimpembe played very well this season, but that confusion leads to players having space on the pitch, and there you see the back post, 2 players having to mark the right back, and he can't deal with it.
That is such good game intelligence from all the Bayern players. Kimmich knows back stick, we got an overload, and he just dinks it, doesn't he, with a bit of finesse on there. And
15 assists this season he had. I mean, he played midfield a lot of the time, but the kid knows how to put the ball on sixpence for someone to finish.
He really does. There were 2 second-half penalty shouts, one per side. Let's have a look at those and see what you think. This one we thought probably was, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm not sure why the refs didn't want any part of it. They didn't want any part of the screens or anything. Just look at the screen. We got it there. Look. I mean, and to be fair,
sure they did. I mean, they do monitor everything.
Gary,
in the
the
box
ref is so close to that. He's right on top of it. You know, and maybe because the ball moves, he gets tricked. But look there, you just see Kimmich catching Mbappe's heel.
I think if they give that, you can't argue. He does kick him, so...
Yeah. And then his foot hits the ball, and which kicks the ball away.
Is it a clear and obvious error, though? Possibly not. But if it had been given, he certainly wouldn't have turned it over.
It should have been a pen.
What about this one?
I think that's a penalty.
As well?
Yeah. When it was going, I thought it was definitely a penalty. He doesn't get the ball.
Tangled up.
Tangled up with Lewandowski. I think it's a penalty.
Let's get a referee's point of view. Peter Walton's been here all night. Hello, Peter. Your view. The Mbappe one first.
Well, the Mbappe one is, you know, an on-field decision, really. It's not a decision the VAR would want to make because the referee's positioning was first class and trying to sell that decision. You know, we can forensically analyse it and break it down if you wish, and you can just see that touch there. Is that touch on Mbappe's heel enough to send him sprawling? Only he would know that. And the on-field decision there is maintained because the VAR is saying that's not a clear and obvious error.
Did you think it was a penalty though, Peter?
In real time, no. In slow motion, I do. So there you go, sitting on the fence.
No, certainly sitting on the fence. And the Lewandowski one.
Well, the Lewandowski one actually is more of a penalty kick than the previous one.
Yeah.
The PSG player has gone to create space and putting his foot over the ball, but unfortunately, he doesn't actually get the ball. And
But you've got to take them.
Yeah, no, listen, at this level, this is what it's about. And we said before the game, they're going to get into this game and they're going to create some chances. Neymar, throughout all this period, we've come back since the pandemic started, he's had numerous chances to score. It just hasn't been, he hasn't had the luck, he hasn't had maybe the quality in his finishing at this time. That was a good chance as well with Di Maria on his right foot.
This is the best chance.
What a ball that was from Herrera, by the way. Doesn't get enough credit. But watch this one. Wow, who would have had Herrera down to make two perfect balls in? You got to score. Yep. You know, we said about Leon, you got to score. PSG, got to score. These are huge chances against a team like Bayern Munich. And to be fair, they didn't take them. Hang out Di Maria, as always, great stuff.
What a pass.
He caused Alphonso Davies loads of trouble, by the way. And we thought he would just because he's such a smart player. But that Marquinhos one, you add all these up. There's enough in there where you know, this game could have gone into extra time, but great ball from Mbappe, that one.
Oh. Do you know what as well? Them last two clips as well. Verratti put them on their way. The transition. And a lot of people you'd think would have expected Verratti to start this game, given the stature he's got in the game at the moment. He didn't because they wanted to play maybe a more defensive, conservative bit of football and allow the front three just to go and win it. But he showed you an element of if he had played, he would have given them something different.
Let's have a look at Neymar's night. I mean, we've done a lot of Bayern Munich, but obviously he's on the losing side. But he is a huge star, and it was seen to be his moment. He walked in with obviously the big music machine. Really.
I love all that, man, because that's just something that I wish I would have been like that. I could have been like that, but you've got to win when you're like that, because you open yourself up for a bit of criticism, which he's used to. He understands that as part of the game. But listen, I think in the game leading up to this, in knockout stages, I think he's been fantastic. He's been brilliant. Today, he just wasn't his day. He didn't produce. And listen.
He's pressing, isn't he? I mean, the problem is he's pressing on himself because he doesn't know where to go.
There's a point of doing it if you're doing it by yourself. But at the end of the day, man, listen, he's going to be judged on winning things. He's won this title before at Barcelona. And I go back to the point, I keep hammering it home. Winning this was a big thing for him because I think justification
sort of thing
for coming
that people don't like about him. Squealing and...
Yeah, I mean, Rio's right. If you don't win, you open yourself up to it. But, you know, you just think for him, he wasn't playing his natural position. You know, he was drifting. Then he started to drift more and more. As you know, you just want him to make that run there. You know, Bernat's waiting for him. Give me something. You know, and it needed a moment of magic from a PSG player, and they never had it. I mean, you don't see heavy touches like that from Neymar normally. In Lisbon, up to this point, he was probably the best player, most impactful player.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. And once the goal went in, he knocked the stuffing out of this PSG side. I thought that they seemed that the character kind of went from them. This is when you're asking about character in a squad, and it seemed to me at that point it was a bit of belief just kind of snuck out of the building.
Today it looked like they were missing a number 9, whether it was Cavani or Icardi or just someone. I know he was playing up top and dropping deep, and the other two would play a bit wider, but today just felt like he had to play that position as a number 9.
But this is the way that they play. They played PSG now. They found a formula of playing that suited them up to this point, which was, we will be resolute, we will defend very well, and we'll allow the front three just to go and play, and hopefully they'll win us the game.
It didn't happen for the front three.
And a better team won the game today. That's the big difference.
Yeah. Okay. We can hear from another one of the Bayern Munich winners. Alphonso Davies is with Bezka.
Easy question, this one. How does this feel?
Yeah, it feels really good. It feels like, you know, it's everything you dream of as a kid. You know, growing up in Edmonton, cold Edmonton, you know, coming to Europe and winning Champions League with a great club like Bayern.
Bayern's 6th European crown. It's been a glorious season and a great night for you.
Of course, I mean, winning that trophy today is just the best thing that could have happened to us. I think all season we worked incredibly hard, the spirit that we always talked about. In the end it came through, and we're happy to be the best team in Europe.
It wasn't the slick, open game that everyone thought it was going to be. We saw a night tonight where you had to fight.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it's the final. Paris came out wanting to win. We came out wanting to win. It's always going to be a difficult game, and no one's going to give up easy. And in the end, we came through, and that's all that matters tonight.
They had probably the best chances in the first half, but didn't take them. But you stepped it up after the break. You seem to have more energy and more strength.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it was 0-0, it was always going to be open for us. Of course, they always had some chances. I mean, they have incredible talent up front with Neymar, Mbappé, Di Maria. It's not easy to always stop them. Yeah, lucky they didn't score, and happy we did score.
It was a big call to have Kingsley Coman in, but he terrorised them at some parts of that game tonight.
Yeah, King helped us extremely. Came in, you know, his 1-against-1. We knew it was going to be difficult for the opponent, and for him to score that goal after being out for a couple of games, being injured, it's incredible.
Joshua Kimmich was saying yesterday that the younger players have a real hunger to match the feats of the legends at Bayern Munich. Is that the feeling you get in the camp?
For sure. It's always been said that the spirit in this team is crazy. We always fight for each other. We have a strong bond, and I think that showed throughout the whole tournament, and to having that hopefully